All right, so hi everyone, welcome back. It's Mr. Weaver here. Today it's another question and answer video. So somebody asked me, on Facebook. Somebody said, "How can you talk about the issue of muscle pains, back pains, muscle cramps when it comes to exercise?" I think you will see the question. But so I said, all right, we'll make a video about it. So this is what I wanted to address to that person. Thank you for that question, and to all of you watching. The issue of pains during exercise. Now, one thing that I want to make clear on the onset is that pain during exercise is to be expected. It's a normal thing, so it should be expected, whether the muscle pains, whatever body part you've been working out, back pains. The back is mostly common afflicted with pain because the core almost supports everything. Every exercise, I think the core supports much of that, so it's to be expected. So that's number one. However, it's not something that should go beyond how much it has to be. It's not something that has to go beyond how much it has to be. So this is what I'll share with you. First of all, how it's caused. So pain, number one, during exercise, especially the guy that talked about this, I think he likes to lift weights. The pain is normal, the soreness is normal, because what you are doing with exercise, especially when you're building muscle, is you tear up the muscle. You tear it up, and then when you are recovering, the body fills it up. In simple terms, let's just say with the food that you are eating, the protein that you take. So you have torn the muscle. In repairing it, the body fills it up, and then that's how, by filling that gap, it's getting bigger. So you tear it up again, the next day you exercise, and the body has to repair, and it's getting bigger. That is how the more you exercise, and then you find that your muscles are growing bigger and bigger and bigger. So that's just a simple science. So as it's to be expected, the fact that you are tearing up your body should hurt. So the fact is you are tearing up your body, so it should hurt. It's normal. So as I said, that's to be expected. Number two, now these are some of the things that I'm going to tell you that should contribute to your preventing much more than you have to endure. So number two is that you are lifting more weight than your body is ready for. So you could be lifting bigger weights than your body is prepared for, than your body is ready for. So mind how much weight you are lifting. Don't lift too much. Too much is personal. Too much is personal. To me, I can lift 110 kgs. I can press, all right? I can press 100, but with some strength. So for me, if I'm lifting a regular weight, it has to be in the range of 80 to 90. That's what I'm comfortable with. So to you, it can be different. It can be different. So make sure you also find a weight that is comfortable for you. If it's too much, you know it. Now just try to reduce it. I'm not trying to say you cannot reach that weight that you want. What I'm saying is you get there gradually. It's called progressive overload. Progressive overload. You are at 50 kgs. That's how you lift now. You can't jump from 50 to 80. You do 50, 50, 50, and then 62, 65, 70. You get the picture. But if you just jump way high, that's what it's just a risk for injury. It's just a risk for muscle pains, muscle soreness. So avoid that. The other thing that could cause it is you are overusing one muscle. So you train the same body part, then same body part every other time. You are overusing that muscle. You are overexerting it. That is why you find that football players are commonly hit by muscle cramps, because most football players are running, so they are using the quads, the legs, the calves. So that is why every time in training they are running. In the football game they are running. So you find that they get muscle cramps. They get muscle cramps. Why? Because it's the same body part, the same legs, every day, every time. So you find that you have overused the muscle. So sometimes it pulls. So the muscle cramp is just the muscle has pulled, tensed like that. So it causes a sharp pain. So sometimes they happen once in a while. Sometimes they could be happening regularly. But one of the causes is overuse of the muscle. The other thing is dehydration. If you exercise a lot in the heat, it's a bit hot right now. If you exercise a lot in the heat without hydrating, without taking water, you risk muscle cramps. So these are some of the common causes. So make sure every time you exercise, you take lots of water. I normally advise my clients, when you come to the gym, bring a bottle of water. So there's water at the gym, but you also carry yours. You can't just be too sure, right? So always lots of water, hydrated. So you avoid that. It's a fresh breeze. Wonderful. The other thing that could cause pains is bad form. So if you are lifting weights but your form is bad, poor form, you might be pulling your muscles the wrong way. So every exercise has form. That is why your trainer is always telling you about form. Good form helps you to maximize the muscle growth or the results of the exercise that you are doing. But it also helps you to prevent injuries, those muscle pains. When you are doing an exercise in bad form, you risk getting injured. So good form, always do exercises in good form. All right, good form. Your trainer is not just trying to be, when he's telling you form. No, he knows what he's doing. It's for your own benefit. So always do good form, especially exercises like the squats, the deadlift, a lot of compound exercises. So try to do good form. Another thing is, especially for the back pains, if you have a weak core, you risk back pains when you're doing exercise, because almost every exercise has to be supported by the core. So if the core is weak, you risk injuries, you risk pains. So make sure whatever exercise you do, whether you like to exercise your bicep, your chest, whatever, make sure you also incorporate some core exercises, some planks, something that will make your core stronger. All right, stronger. Yeah, so I think these are some of the common things that you ought to notice to avoid the pains and whatever. Some exercises like the sit-ups. When you're doing exercise like a sit-up, you are leaning on your back, the collarbone here, the tailbone here, and then when you are pulling up like this, the hip flexors are pulling you backwards, getting you upwards. There is more risk to back pains because of the form of the exercise. So if you do sit-ups and they give you back pains, then you can avoid them. But at the same time, we're talking about strengthening your core. So you can find something else that you can do instead of exercises that cause you direct pain. But remember, as I said, some form of pain, some form of discomfort is to be expected after exercise. But the thing is, gradually you get used, and actually the more the body is doing exercise, the pains, you don't get as much pain right now because the body is now used to it. All right, so this is what I'll share today. Finally, and most importantly, why you are getting pains is warm up. Now, I know a lot of people like to skip warm up. Warm up is very important because you just don't go in and then you start working out. The warm up helps the blood to circulate in those muscles. The oxygen is there, getting them ready to do work. Now, when you start exercising without warm up, it's like you've just started it without preparing the muscles for the work that is coming. You understand? So try to always incorporate warm-ups in your workouts. If you want to do 1 hour, make sure that at least the 10 minutes at the beginning should be for warm-ups. Warm-up, stretching, whatever. Very important to prevent those pains, the soreness and everything else. And the stretches after an exercise, they will also help you in terms of recovery. so that you don't feel much pains. So Mr. Sipo, no doubt G. I hope this answers your question, and everyone else who's watching, I hope this also helps you to avoid pains when you're doing exercise. Thank you.